I think if I start talking to anyone that's outside, we'll run. We'll be like, I think hello? Oh, it does work. Welcome, everyone. I know we have a few more people filtering in from the hallway. This is to scare people enough to come in, so they sit down. My name is Sarah Yilka. I'm the founder and director of Denver Adult Strings Camp, which is the concert you are at. You are going to see 3 different levels of groups today. Our first group is Spruce Ensemble. They are already on stage. They are awesome. This is our more beginner group. So people that have been maybe playing for like 1 or 2 years or have recently got back into orchestral playing. This group is conducted by the lovely Rebecca Jonas, and she's going to come up and talk a little bit more about her group.
Thanks, Sarah. This has been such a great ensemble to be involved with, and such an amazing program that Sarah has put together. We've watched it grow over the past few seasons, and it's just amazing. We're going to start today with a piece from the Baroque era. It's called La Réjouissance, which is super fun to say, and yes, I am absolutely sure that is the correct pronunciation of it. It's an arrangement from composer George Frederick Handel, and it's from the Water Music. Something that's fun about this piece was it was originally written for a huge celebration that did take place in the water, in a river. I don't remember which one. Does anyone? The Thames? In the Thames? Okay, thank you. I'm glad I have detailed-oriented people on stage with me, because I'm not there. But it took place on a couple of barges and was orchestrated for many, 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 many wind instruments, including a couple dozen oboes. How many? 24 oboes. I think there were like originally 17 bassoons, way more trombones than anyone would need. So we're playing a more economic and perhaps a new and improved version of it today for stringed ensemble, and we'll start with that. We're readjusting. For those of you new to the orchestra world, our orchestras are made up of a lot of violins, and we divide those into several different parts. Our first violins typically play most of the melody and a lot of the higher notes. And then we have our second violins, who are around here playing harmony. And in this ensemble, we have third violins, who are supporting in our viola section. And all of these awesome musicians are taking turns to get a well-rounded experience playing a little bit of everything. Our next piece is called Petite Tango, and we are so excited to have some guest percussionists on stage with us today. So we hope you'll enjoy the Petite Tango. Thank you. All right, we have one more piece for you tonight, or today, sorry. I normally play a lot of concerts in the evening. We are so excited. I'm so excited. I think one of the best aspects of making music is getting to do it with people and getting to build community. And I've enjoyed watching this group of musicians get to know each other and getting to know all of them better through the last several weeks. And we've also been able to welcome in some really amazing guest educators and musicians, including the composer of our next piece. This next piece was written by Colorado fiddle player and composer Andy Reiner, and he came and spent an evening with us a few weeks ago, and it was very fun and very informative. And one of the things we learned was that the title of Alpine Valley was not the original piece, or it was not the original name. This piece is originally named after Hidden Valley, which is part of Rocky Mountain National Park. According to Andy, who's an avid skier, it's a really good place to do some backcountry skiing still these days. But he wrote this piece inspired by an Irish polka that he wrote while he was skiing and just bumming around in the wilderness. And he submitted it to be published, and they were like, well, this sounds really good, but it also sounds like ranch dressing. So we'll take the piece if you can give us a different title. And so it's really about Hidden Valley, but it's called Alpine Valley. So thank you so much.
Hi, I know a couple more people have joined the audience in the last few minutes. Welcome. Like I said earlier, this is Denver Adult Strings Camp. If you don't know what that is, I'm here to tell you. So we are actually one of maybe 4 programs in the country that offer long-term educational services for adults that want to play music. It's a pretty rare thing, actually. So all of our members have either grown up playing their instrument, or they may have actually learned as adults. But one thing that everyone has in common is that they haven't auditioned for a community symphony for one reason or another. I started this 2 years ago because I was out and about in life saying, hey, I play the violin, and countless adults would come up and say, I used to play the cello, and I'd say, what happened? Why don't you play anymore? And they'd say, well, I never was that good or that confident, or I just it stopped being a part of my life 20 years ago, or 15 years ago. And I thought to myself, why isn't there a program like this for adults where you can come in with the skills that you have and also get educational support? And if you're not a music person, we do have community symphonies all over the state, but to get in, you have to audition. And once you're in, it's basically up to you and a private teacher, if you have one, to figure out how to play that music. And it can be intimidating, it's a huge time commitment, and sometimes it's not as fun. So with our camp, it's really cool. We get to spend 3 or 4 weeks together learning from professional local musicians and building a community where you really feel like you fit in. And I've seen everyone progress so much every session we've had, and definitely in this one too. So that's a little bit about us. I'll come back in a little while to tell you more. Our next group is our chamber ensemble. This is our most advanced group. So we have musicians in this group that have been playing for 5+ years, and we're ready to take on a big challenge. I'm going to let Alex tell you a little bit more.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex, as Sarah said, and also I just wanted to thank Sarah for having me on. This is my first session working with these amazing musicians in DASC, and I'm so happy to be here. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the pieces we're playing. So the first is the first movement of Mozart's Divertimento in D major. He wrote several of these. It just means entertainment. This one he wrote when he was 16, of course. It's kind of interesting to think that we can say this is from Mozart's like early, kind of young period, but really there only was a young period for Mozart because he died at 35. Very unfortunately, it's a great piece. It's a big challenge, especially for the violin players in the group. So we'll have a good time with that. The second piece, we go way back in time to Elizabethan England to play a piece by John Doland. Originally, it was written for viola da gambas, which is kind of a predecessor of the violin family, although they did overlap for a time. And it's a really beautiful work. He really was truly the original like emo musician. The title, if it doesn't give it away, always Doland, always doleful, always sad. The next work after that is Piazzolla, Milonga del Angel. He wrote this in the 1960s. He was kind of on the vanguard of what was later termed Nuevo Tango. The tango dance tradition had been alive and well for about 70 years at that point as a very strictly dance form. And he kind of went along, and I think there's a quote about him saying something along the lines of, like, tango is not for dancers, it's for musicians or something. So he was very much on the cutting edge, although it was right at the time when the more traditional Guardia Vieja tango was still doing really well, and kind of at the romantic era of that type of music. And then we finish with a British setting of a Scottish folk song called The Dale Among the Tailors. I don't really know, well, we decided that the Dale actually is the devil among the tailors, but we couldn't really determine what that might mean, actually. So anyway, it's a fun, fast dance, and it'll be a good way to conclude our little set, so thanks so much. just while they're doing a little shuffle here, I just have to say, this group is so amazing. We officially had 6 rehearsals, but they probably had at least another, I don't know, how many did you have on your own? Probably another 5 or 6 on their own that they just decided they needed to rehearse without me, which is like the coolest thing ever for a conductor. So anyway.
Hello? Oh, this was on the whole time. Cool. So we're going to do a little set change for our final group of the evening, which is Philharmonic. That is our intermediate orchestra, more than likely, because that's our biggest group. Your friend or family member is in that one. Just for you guys, can you raise your hand if you live with somebody who's in our camp? Do you live in the same household? Okay, thank you guys for putting up with all the practicing. I'm sure it's been nuts the last couple months. And also thank you for lending your friends and family members to me for the last couple weeks. I love working with all these people. They're truly amazing, and I hope you know that too. Like, their personalities really come out through our music camp, and it's so exciting to see all of these faces come back session after session, or some of our new people as well. They're just incredible people, so thank you for whatever you did to make them super cool. And thanks for listening to all that practicing. We're going to do a set change, so if you want to chill, you can chit-chat, meet someone next to you, and I'll be back on the mic in a couple minutes. Hello? Maybe? I don't know. Good? All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you. Again, thank you guys all for being here. This is really cool to see so many faces here in the audience, and also shout out to a lot of our people on live stream. Hello. I want to do a quick thank you to our staff members who are in blue shirts, like me. We have a couple staff on stage. Could you go ahead and stand up for a round of applause? Lovely staff members. Yeah. Thank you. We also had our two other conductors, Rebecca Jonas and Alex Vital, were up here earlier in blue shirts as well. For our Philharmonic group, our members actually got to do sectionals, which is when all of the same instrument playing the same part get together with one of the coaches for an hour at a time. They got to do this 5 times, so 5 hours of sectionals, and I feel like inside jokes were formed, people got better, people asked a lot of questions, which was great. So that's the structure of our camp, is people come in, we do full group rehearsals like this, and then we do hour-long sectionals where you can get really close-up support with your group and with a professional musician who is working on the same part as you, and then they play in the concert with us, which is super cool. We're going to be playing 4 pieces for you tonight that are in the program. The first one is going to be Hungarian Dance No. 1 by Brahms. It's the first Hungarian dance he wrote, obviously, and it's extremely dramatic, which I hope we're able to present to you today. We're going to go ahead and tune real quick, and then please enjoy. Is it? Okay. That last one was from Star Wars. If you haven't noticed, we have a guest percussionist who is here on the Spruce Ensemble as well. Nikki stays in the back. Soon to be Nikki Quisenberry? Nikki Quisenberry. She plays for the Broncos, and she's generally awesome. She just jumps in at the last minute and is able to like really elevate our sound, which is so cool. So we've got 2 more pieces for you. You could look in the program, or if you're a fan of late 80s pop, you could try to guess what we're gonna play next. It's not very traditional, so not traditional for an orchestra. Did you know your friend or family member could play like that? Did you know that you're living or a friend with a rock star? We have one final piece for you. We voted on the concert order, and there was actually a lot of debate about whether this should be the finale piece or our last piece, which is called Bollywood Strings. And we voted on Bollywood Strings as our finale piece for one really special reason. We have a featured guest, and I do want to say if you have a baby with you who has noise sensitivity, we are going to be plugging in an electric violin, which is a little loud. So your baby's either going to love it or maybe not so much. It's my pleasure to introduce Ana Luna, who's going to be coming out. She's a local freelance violinist. She's amazing, and she'll be our featured soloist. If we could give her a warm welcome. Ana Luna's going to go ahead and set up her possibly baby-upsetting gear, and my job is to just talk to you guys until then. So it's been a pleasure working with everyone up here. I'm really sad to not see them every Tuesday and Thursday after this. If you are interested in participating in this camp, or if you're enrolled currently and you're like, when's the next session? We're going to do something for the holidays, so watch out in your email because we'll be announcing that probably in about a month. If you're someone in the audience, does anyone in the audience play a string instrument, or used to, maybe? A couple people? You should join our programming. You can sign up on the email list on our website, or out front there's a paper list as well. Oh, and I wanted to do one more thing. So I mentioned before that we're a program for adults that used to play or started learning as adults. And we're a really rare program, actually. It's super cool. So I'd love to actually celebrate our members up here who started learning their instrument as an adult. Yes, you can do that. If you could go ahead and stand up if you started playing as an adult. We're also going to do a little round of applause for some other really cool people up here. We have a few people that just switched to their instrument from something else recently and have been playing on this instrument for less than 1 year. Could you stand up, please? Less than 1 year, or 1 year, yeah. We have a few people that have only been playing for 3 or less years. Could you stand up? Woohoo! Couple people that have been playing for 4 or less years, or 4 years, 4 years. Go ahead and stand up. Woohoo! And then if you've been playing for 5+ years and you came out to grace us with your presence, go ahead and stand up. Okay, with that, if you can't tell, I love all these people up here. They're amazing. So we're going to play our final piece for you, and then after that, if you'd like to talk to us out in the hallway or take pictures, you're more than welcome to do so. we don't have an encore, so that was it. Thank you again to Ana Luna. I've also heard something is happening during the end of the concert. Do you want the mic? Okay, I don't know what's happening.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie. I am just here to represent everybody who has been here for the entire 5 sessions that DASC has been around or active. And so for those who have been here all 5 sessions, would you guys give a wave? Yay! Awesome. Yeah, I just want to brag a little bit about how this started in summer of 2021, and it was all through Sarah's efforts. She was a one-woman show. She started it, she arranged everything, she reserved every location, she made all the schedules. It's been 5 sessions later, and she still does all of those things with some help. But she truly does all of those things still and has started a nonprofit out of this group. And we just want to commend her for all the work that she has done these last 3 years. So please give her another hand of applause. Yay. Thank you so much for everything you do. Of course.
Thank you to everyone for coming out. I need to go cry somewhere and not fall off the stairs. Thank you guys for coming out and making an excellent audience. To everyone up here, like, I truly do love working with all of you. I feel like I've gotten to know you all really well. Even if you're brand new, I already feel like I know you. It's just, this is really amazing, and I can't wait to work with all of you again. We're gonna close out the concert. Please feel free to stay, mingle, go out in the hallway, take pictures, whatever you would like to do. But thank you guys for being here. And one more round of applause for our awesome orchestra.